got a million toys at Toys R Us that I can play with. I don't wanna grow up.
I'm a Toys R Us kid.
They got the best for so much less.
You'll really flip your lid.
Some bikes too, trains too, video games. It's the biggest toy store there is. Gee whiz. I don't wanna grow up, 'cause baby, if I did, I couldn't be a Toys R Us kid.
Once a Toys R Us kid,
Always a Toys R Us kid.
For decades, this jingle defined childhood. I don't want to grow up. I'm a Toys R Us kid. Before Amazon, before online shopping, before everything that was one click away, there was Toys R Us. This was the place where kids begged their parents to go on the weekends, where birthdays came to life, and where Christmas lists turned into reality. But behind the magic of aisles stacked with bikes, Barbies, and video games is a story filled with ambition, massive expansion, corporate greed, and one of retail's most heartbreaking collapses. This is the story of Toys R Us, how it rose to become the world's biggest toy store, how it all came crashing down, and how it's making a surprise comeback. Our story starts in 1948 when Charles Lazarus, a World War II veteran, opened a baby furniture store in Washington, D.C. called Children's Bargain Town. He noticed that while parents only needed furniture once, their kids kept outgrowing their toys and wanted new ones. That simple observation changed everything. In 1957, Lazarus shifted his business from baby furniture to toys, creating Toys R Us, complete with a backwards R to give a childlike feel. It was a first-of-its-kind concept, a superstore dedicated entirely to toys. While most department stores had a small toy section, Toys R Us made toys their main event, and the innovation turned into an empire. By the 1970s, Toys R Us exploded in popularity. Parents could find everything in one place, and kids could spend hours exploring aisles that seemed to stretch forever. The stores were massive, often over 40,000 square feet, filled with bicycles, action figures, dolls, games, and electronics. By the 1980s, Toys R Us became the dominant toy retailer in the United States and began expanding internationally into Europe, Asia, and Australia. Their mascot, Geoffrey the giraffe, became a pop culture icon, showing up in parades, TV commercials, and even at theme parks. The company kept branching out too. Kids R Us opened in 1983, selling children's clothing, and Babies R Us launched in 1996, focused on baby supplies, cribs, and clothes. Both expansions were successful and helped the company dominate every stage of childhood. At its peak, Toys R Us had more than 1,400 stores worldwide and billions in annual revenue. In the 90s, the company even flirted with the idea of Toys R Us Times Square, a massive flagship store that became a tourist destination in New York City, complete with a Ferris wheel inside. It looked like nothing could stop Toys R Us. But in the retail world, no empires last forever. The trouble started quietly in the late 1990s. Retail competitors like Walmart and Target began using toys as loose leaders, selling them cheaper to draw customers into their stores. Toys R Us, once unbeatable on selection and price, suddenly found itself outmatched. Then came Amazon. Toys R Us actually partnered with Amazon in 2000, becoming the site's exclusive toy seller. But when Amazon started allowing other toy sellers on the platform, Toys R Us sued and won, but the damage was already done. By the time the company realized how big online shopping would become, it was too late. Meanwhile, in 2005, a group of private equity firms, Bain Capital, KKR, and Verode Realty, bought Toys R Us in a $6.6 billion leveraged buyout. That deal buried the company under massive debt. Instead of investing in innovation and improving stores, most of Toys R Us's money went to paying interests on loans. Stores began to feel outdated, shelves looked emptier, and what was once a dreamland started feeling kind of sad. In 2017, Toys R Us officially filed for bankruptcy. By 2018, after failing to find a buyer, the company announced it would close all of its U.S. stores. It was the end of an era. Customers and employees alike were devastated. People shared videos of Geoffrey the giraffe standing alone in empty aisles with a sign saying, "Play on, kids, play on." It felt like childhood itself had come to an end. But Geoffrey wasn't ready to say goodbye. In 2021, the brand was revived under new ownership. A flagship Toys R Us store opened in the American Dream Mall in New Jersey, featuring interactive play areas, candy shops, and of course, Geoffrey greeting families once again. Then came the big comeback, a partnership with Macy's. Starting in 2022, Toys R Us began opening mini stores inside hundreds of Macy's locations across the U.S. Each section brought back the colorful displays, the recognizable branding, and even exclusive toy launches. Internationally, new Toys R Us stores have also opened up in India, Mexico, and Saudi Arabia, proving that brand's global legacy is still alive. And today, the company is exploring new ideas, from online toy shopping to immersive in-store experiences, to reimagine what the world's biggest toy store can be in the 21st century. Toys R Us may have fallen hard, but its spirit never disappeared. Because the truth is, it never was just about toys. It was about imagination, wonder, and the joy of being a kid. And even after everything, one thing's for sure, we'll always be Toys R Us kids.